Where do you think you're going? It's closed. Find a different one. Not my problem. Now scram before I lose my patience. Oh, really? Lying to Dalrita? You've got guts, but no honor. Lucky for you, I'm always willing to give people a chance to earn it back. It's been a while since someone bested me. I guess I really have gotten rusty. Still, a win is a win. You can pass through. Just don't do anything stupid. Fran's berserkers have even less patience than I do. So, did you get what you needed from Vran, or are you sticking around? Huh. Weird place, this. Back in the Forlorn Swords, we didn't have many strangers wandering about. Maybe a picked or two every so often, but they're a different kind of strange. Guess I'll have to get used to it. Aye, I do. It's home. Plus, it's too bloody warm here. The bugs are driving me mad. What's there to like? They only come to take. Our steel, our warriors. They never bring anything good in return. Felt like everything was falling apart back home. After Gunvalder was wiped out, nothing was the same. It felt like we were all just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Made me feel useless. And I hate feeling useless. Do I look like someone with a plan? I don't have one. Where they go, I follow. As long as I'm useful. See you around, I guess. See you around.
Why is everything always such a hassle? Still doesn't tell me anything. First, you showed up here like a dimwit. Now you're walking around camp like it's nothing. I look into your eyes and I don't know whether you're made of steel or you're just a fool. But you are here. And Maven didn't chop you to pieces with her axe. The runes seem to favor you, even though you're an outsider. I guess that has to be enough, for now. It's still more than you should expect. If you need something, talk to Vran. She's in charge. The woman. What of it? The Dalriata are not like those in Camelot. We don't make women wear frocks and sit at home. Our women have names. And if they have names, it means they earned them like all other Dalriata. Vran was chosen by One Eye, and One Eye doesn't make mistakes. I don't need to tell you anything. Just wait and see for yourself. When the South is free from Arthur's dogs, as it should be. Go, bring glory to your ancestors. Tharov will be waiting.
I don't know, that's a whole other place you don't want to be at. Oi, keep your hands where I can see them. You've got balls to come here, but one wrong move and you'll lose them. That son of a bitch. I once smacked him in the mouth after he tried to set his wolves on me. Bloody ghostly shite. You also play around with filthy magic like your friend? Yeah, to cowards and wimps. If you use it, you're either one or the other. What are you doing here? Then you have a problem. because the temple belongs to One Eye now, and he told us to sit out here on our arses and make sure no one goes inside. So, you're not going inside. But I really hope you'll try. At least I can warm myself up by chopping off your head. Oh, you want an understanding? With me, a warrior from the Ophir tribe? Piss off or I'll shove my axe up your arse.
Why is everything always...
handled Mabon well. Was a sight to see. Shame my brother didn't catch it. But since you're here, it's only polite to introduce myself. Welcome to the camp. I am Sobder of the Svein tribe. Hunter and cook. Ah, that poor soul, over by the rocks, doesn't really respond to anyone anymore. His name's Groder. Not long ago, he was a strong warrior. But now, it pains me to even look at him. I asked Therov, our mage, if there's any way to help him. But he insists there's nothing to be done. Nobody really knows. He went out hunting one day, came back empty-handed and out of his mind. I mean, he walks around, mutters to himself. But it's not like he's really there. Therov claims there isn't. But I think he's hiding something. There's got to be a way. I doubt Groder's the only one who's ever suffered like this. And if anyone would know about curing magic, it's the Hude. I don't know why Therov won't talk. Maybe he doesn't like us. But where are my manners? I shouldn't bother you with my personal problems. Therov can make sparkles. No one else in the camp can do that. I saw Therov's magic once. He used it to kill a man during a raid. Poof! There wasn't much left of him. Just a little bit of barbecued meat. Therov once talked about a whisper in the dark. He said he wanted to follow the voice and kill it. Sounds like it could be a decent fight.
I don't know, that's a whole other place you don't want to be at.
Could use some action. Groder walks in another world. His body is here, but his mind is lost. To Dalriata, madness is the worst fate we can face. Therov prefers not to imagine where Groder's mind wanders. Therov prefers not to look at the lost brother. Therov pities them both. Therov hails from the Tainted tribe, while the brothers are Svein. Therov prefers not to interfere in Svein matters, out of respect for their independence. Aye, there is wisdom in that, Wanderer. And it's true, Therov may have a solution that could help, but no Dalriata would take on this task. All signs suggest that Groder is slipping into madness, and though we are brave people, every man's madness is different. When you don't know what you're going to fight, you don't know how to fight. And if you don't know how to fight, you can't be sure you'll win. That's why no Dalriata can help Groder. Sobder would like to help, but he's a simple soul and doesn't understand the deadly danger he might face. Truly, a wanderer willing to help a stranger from the tribes. That's honorable of you. Therov is willing to share his knowledge. Give this potion to Groder and hold his hand. It should give you access to his soul. With a bit of luck, you'll find Groder there himself. And maybe you'll be able to convince him to come back. Either way, Therov offers you his highest respect. What you're attempting is brave indeed. Good luck, Wanderer. May Mayfair's grace guard your mind.
I don't know, that's a whole other place you don't want to be at.
don't know what's happening to me. It's so strong. Sobder. I hear him calling me. But I can't answer him. Help me, brother. It's all so hazy, so dark. I was chasing a deer, but it ran too far, and night caught up with me. I didn't have the tools to start a fire, and the weirdness came for me. Then just darkness. Darkness and voices. I tried to speak, but I couldn't. I tried to take Sobdar's challenge to free myself, but something wouldn't let me. I felt anger tearing me apart from the inside, and then your face appeared. Thank you. Well, if it isn't my personal savior, sit down, friend. Better, that's for sure. Thanks to you, I can finally get back to normal. You don't know how much I missed sitting around the fire with my little brother, eating his legendary venison stew. Nothing better. A tear in the weirdness, I'm sure of it now. I spoke with Derov, described what I saw and felt, and he told me it was the weirdness. Either way, I never want to go back there. Made a deal with Sobdar that if I ever start losing it again, he'll split my skull and forget all about our traditions. And being the good little brother he is, I know he'll do it. I'm gonna sit here until my strength comes back. Then I'll do whatever One Eye orders me to do. Speaking of loyalty and good deeds, here, take this talisman as a sign of our friendship. It's fine steel and weird deer antler. If you're ever in our lands, my people will know it and welcome you. It does. Each of us makes our own talisman on the day we're given the name. So from today, you might as well call yourself Groder. May the weirdness never swallow you. I don't recommend it.
I don't know how to thank you. You didn't have to do this, but you took the risk. Praise Mather! Thanks to you, Groder will soon be back to his old self.
Nothing ever happens. The Wanderer saved Groder. Therov is proud. He'll be fine. He's back with us, safe. He'll recover soon. And if not, at least he'll be aware if someone challenges him to a duel. We'll give him a good death. You don't have to understand. You're not Dalriata. Some would rather die standing than live on their knees. Unlike the folk of Camelot, for instance. Go. Bring glory to your ancestors. Therov will be waiting.
I wasn't made to wait. Well, well. I never thought I'd see Mabin flatten her back. Especially no by the handy an outsider. Now, what business do you have that's so important? So, you're after that snake, huh? I've been telling One Eye he's nothing but trouble. Sure enough, it didn't take long for another outsider to show up at my camp. Sometimes, I hate being right. That man doesn't have a single honest bone in his body. He came here to make deals with us. And who knows, maybe he'll stick to his word. But I don't trust him. Once a traitor, always a traitor, no matter who he's turning his back on. Still, I've sworn my loyalty to One Eye, and I'll stand by him to the end, whatever that may be. Anyway, he's at the temple. And before you ask, no. You can't get in unless you're ready to face my berserkers. I'm not sure yet. First, I need to see if you're really as determined as you claim. I'm not about to share our secrets with somebody that's only half committed. I've got a potion from Therov, made for my warriors. He claims his alchemy is better than what the Volker tribe has known for generations. The thing is, I don't fully trust his brews, so I need somebody else to test this one for me. It's supposed to enhance my warriors' abilities. In the long run, it could be useful, but my berserkers are already few and far between. I can't risk my men just to prove Therov's point. Here, drink up. So, how are you feeling? What the hell? Damn it, Therov. I wasn't expecting this, no gonna lie. I don't know what you're trying to say. Just come sit by the fire with me. It should wear off soon. Feeling better now? Try saying something. Exactly why I've always told Therov he's full of shit. He's chasing the impossible. I knew it wouldn't work, but at least the potion wasn't dangerous. I wasn't expecting you to just go along with it. No Volker would accept a potion like that from an outsider. You're really determined to enter the temple, aren't you? No, I can see you're reckless, but I still don't know if I can trust you. Lucky for you, there's a rather delicate matter that needs handling. Turns out, I need some help for somebody who's no Del Rita. One Eye wants to make nice with the keepers, though if you ask me, No levelling their precious pile of rocks to the ground is nice enough already. But he says that's no enough. He's looking to make a gesture of goodwill, show them we're not here to conquer but to forge an alliance against a common enemy. And he's put me in charge of picking out a gift to send to the Horns of the South. Camelot, of course. Who else is there? Acting like a damned plague in this island. Everything they touch turns to ash. It's a touch that rots and spreads, corroding everything from within. The land, the people, nothing is safe. The sooner they're gone, the better for everybody. Aye, I've got one. I sent some of my men to hunt down bandits and told them to collect an ear from each one they killed. I thought to have Ugwi make them into a necklace, but apparently, stringing ears on a wire is beneath his pride as an Ulfrite smith. Think you could help me put it together and deliver it to the Horns of the South? I know your lot thinks we're savages, but just so you know, it's no a tradition with us either. How else would they know we've been helping? The keepers probably wouldn't notice pure bandits. They barely leave their walls. If you've got a better idea, I'm all ears. I could have Ugwi forge an axe, but he doesn't see much difference between the Southerners and the Camlosians. No that I blame him. I can't either. I just take One Eye's word that it exists. But I don't trust Ugwi not to somehow make it insulting. As for my people, the Volker stripped themselves of any meaning a long time ago. The only thing we have left is the Berserker potion. But that's too precious to just hand over. What? You want the entire fortress to start quacking now? You know what happens when he's left unchecked. No. Thereof's no an option. Besides, don't the folks of Camelot hate the kind of magic he practices? You, of all people, should know I am. It's no his skill, I doubt. It's his commitment. Though maybe I'm wrong. We're all supposed to be united under One Eye's banner, aren't we? Fine. Why don't you talk to Ugwi? Tell him what needs to be done. You know better than I do what gift the keepers will appreciate most.
She wants me to do what now? And here I thought she was the one Volker who hadn't lost her damn mind. Bloody hell, this whole camp's gone mad, I swear. Must be something in the air around here. Fine, but I don't have the time or the materials right now. Here, take these instructions and forge the damn axe yourself. When it's done, bring it to me. I'll add the, final touches.
Too quiet.
My bones itch for battle. Stop pestering me and do what I asked you to do.
Not too shabby. Almost ashamed to give it away. Just wait here a moment. Ah, now it's ready. A fitting gift for the keepers of the South. And stop buying me like that. I gave my word. I'm not about to tarnish my tribe's name with poor craftsmanship. Now, scram.
Could use some action.
I wasn't made to wait. Get on with it before I change my mind.
Go. Bring glory to your ancestors. Therov will be waiting.
An axe? And you're sure they haven't just declared war on their behalf? It looks solid enough. Good craftsmanship, I'll give them that. And what's this? An inscription? Do you know what it says? I wasn't aware they even understood that concept. I'll accept it, but cautiously. It seems like a nice gesture, but I just can't bring myself to fully trust it.
Too quiet.
Shit! Did you already give them Ugwi's axe? I just caught that idiot bragging about how he decided to add an inscription. Apparently it says Blade of the Cowardly Dog. Damn it! This is why I can't trust any of them. Well, what's done is done. We'll just have to make sure the quartermaster never finds out what it means. You head to the temple. I need to figure out what to tell One Eye.
Could use some
We need to make a plan. Camelot will soon figure out something's not right.
Don't fret. To the Dolriada, honor matters more than life itself. We gave you our word.
But do you realize taking this temple was a terrible idea, right? It's just gonna speed up Camelot's intervention.
Taking the temple was inevitable.
Why? What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you trying to provoke Camelot into invading? Or do you just not like the All-Mother?
We believe in the same goddess, but we call her Mirror.
That doesn't answer my question. What do you want? You don't look like you're from the tribes. How did you even get in here?
Whoever he is, I cannot say he lacks courage. We do not usually take visitors, so he must have found a way to get here. Well, that seems to be a matter for the Horns of the South. I do not need to be involved. I trust you to know what should be shared and what's best kept to yourself.
I don't know what kind of madness brought you here, flashing that pin, but my friend's right. You've got courage. So tell me, who are you and what do you need from me? Ha! Good luck with that. Only King Arthur can wield Excalibur. Every fool on Avalon knows that. Ah, Caradoc. Well, that changes things. I had a feeling that pin you're waving round were his. Fine. Yes, every new captain gets a set of secrets passed down from his predecessor. And yes, one of those secrets is how to touch Excalibur and survive. But nothing in life is free. You know that. Do something for me, and I might consider sharing our greatest secret with you. Galahad the Pure is breathing down my neck, and I hate it when somebody's breathing down my neck. Even worse, One Eye's men says he's already set up camp at our old stronghold in the west. In theory, the Horns of the South should be on an equal footing with the Round Table, but that's just theory. In reality, they treat us like we're beneath them. They demand we supply them with food and protect the South, and all we get in return are threats that Galahad will be sent to put us in our place. I met him once. He's no knight. He's a butcher. Bloody windfucker will fly from Camelot to the Horns just to hang half of the garrison for whatever he himself will perceive as disobedience or treason. And I can assure you, there won't be any investigating when he arrives. Oh, he's got a lot on his conscience. He leaves a trail of fire and ruins everywhere he goes. He keeps preaching that fire purifies all. Galahad doesn't bother with politics, because he doesn't have to. But from what I've heard, even Camelot's getting tired of him. Sometimes you've got to talk to people. No need to chase after them with a bloody torch. You'll see soon enough how fanatical he is. Galahad's the last thing the Horns of the South need right now. Don't tell me you're that naive. Do you know how he earned the title The Pure? It's because he somehow got it into his thick skull that evil is everywhere, and the best way to deal with it is to burn it all away. So, he goes round setting everything on fire. I mean, yeah, sure, it's pure after that, because there's nothing left. Well, except for the charred corpses. But nobody in Camelot seems to care about those. My arse is purer than this guy, even after I take a huge dump. Galahad needs to die, obviously. That'll solve most of our problems. We'll just say he had an unfortunate accident. I don't know, fell on a pitchfork or something, and sweep it under the rug, yeah? But then we can continue our talks with the tribes, and by the time anyone from Camelot decides to act, it'll be too late. Well, what's wrong with that? It's him or us. If we let him snoop around here any longer, he's going to uncover our plan to protect the South. And if that happens, trust me, you'll be going down with me. I don't see any way out of this that doesn't end in open war between Camelot and the tribes. Not to mention, half of my men will probably end up burned at the stake for treason or some other drummed-up charges. And I can't openly risk a coup. That would only make matters even more complicated. So, as you can see, you're the only one who can do this. The choice is yours. In theory, the Horns of the South should be on an equal footing with the Round Table. But that's just theory. In reality, they've been trying to suppress us. And the fact they're funding most of our operations, like building the new lighthouse, for instance, doesn't exactly help things. Yeah, it's that simple. Just flash that pin to his guards. They'll let you in without a problem. And now, excuse me, I have things to do before the matter is settled.
Seawall. He was the first to set foot on Avalon, not me. He decided that if anything were to attack us in this strange land, he would shield me and take the first blow himself. I remember loyalty, a fierce, unwavering loyalty, to me and to Avalon. He must have been someone I trusted deeply. Perhaps as we move forward, more memories of him will come back to me. For now, I only hope his loyalty wasn't in vain.
Stop right there! Who are you? And what do you want here? Very funny. You're lucky I have to answer. We're the personal guard of Sir Galahad the Pure, a knight of the Round Table. But you won't be meeting him until you tell us why you're here. You could also leave in peace. That's what I'd recommend. It's true that this pin obliges me to take you to the knight. But did you actually earn it, or did you just pluck it from a corpse? Well, that's for Galahad to decide. Go. But bear in mind that Galahad is not a patient man. I only hope your cause is worth his time. Otherwise, we'll be carrying you out in a sack. The door is open. You'll find Galahad inside. Try not to make him angry.
I can hear you! Who goes there? It's shiny, sure, but you clearly have no idea what you're doing. Waving a round table pin in front of a knight of the round table? Not the smartest move. Normally, I'd throw you out for your arrogance and stupidity. But you're lucky. I've got a soft spot for boldness. And that pin has me curious. Where'd you get it? You mean you found Caradoc's tomb and robbed it? Interesting. And when exactly did this happen? When did you last see him? I see. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. So what do you want then? The one on the left was questioning my orders. For some reason, he thought his opinions were more important than obedience in the middle of a war. They aren't. The one on the right decided Camelot wasn't paying enough, so he thought that was a good enough excuse to help himself to his comrades' pockets. It wasn't. Ask them. We're going to fight the Dalrita. We're driving that rabble out of the All-Mother's temple. And when we head home, we'll put their heads on pikes at the gates of the Forlorn Swords. That way the rest of those barbarians will know Camelot is still watching over them, even if we have to protect them from themselves. At the beginning, yes. But they're primitive. They don't respect order, and they never will. Arthur gave them the Forlorn Swords, a rich land where they could govern themselves. They were supposed to watch the giants deliver iron and chase after their cousins through the tunnels, or whatever it is that tickles their fancy. But no, that wasn't enough for them. I've always thought Avalon would be better without them. Arthur probably gathered them all in one place, hoping they'd kill each other. And that didn't work, so we'll have to do this the hard way. Oh, so you don't know? One Eye's a traitor. He's fooled the younger tribesmen with grand promises of uniting the tribes and marching north. But the Council of Elders is still loyal to us. They want no part in a war. He's just a bandit, abandoned by his own people. When his village fell, no one came to help, and One Eye, like the rat he is, ran. I'm just here to finish what I started. And when the elders see us take down One Eye, we won't need to worry about those savages for another 600 years. The war's already here. It's been going on for a while. We're fighting each other in the west, and people are whispering about rebellion in the north. The last thing we need is united tribes. That's exactly why we need Camelot and the Horns of the South to be strong and united. You do know that the lighthouse of the Horns of the South works like a giant menhir, right? It's why we've ordered them to build another one to strengthen its power. As for how the Dalrita feel about the weirdness, I don't care. I'm here to protect our people, and those tribes are in the way. That was the plan. It's my job to keep those lazy fish-eaters in check. Camelotian gold flows to them, and I need to make sure they're doing something with it. But the Dalrita showing up, that made things more interesting. Their presence will bring down the South, and I don't let things fall apart on my watch. I know what people say about me. They think I'm a madman who burns everything, a butcher who hangs the innocent. I've heard it all. But I believe that only decisive action gets results. There's no room for mercy when it comes to insubordination, deserters, or heretics. It's the only way to prevent the fall of Avalon. Denunciation, like loyalty, can be valuable. The key is knowing who deserves loyalty and who needs to be reported. I appreciate you telling me, but unfortunately, you haven't told me anything I didn't already suspect. Marvelous. I can hear you. It's wavy. Norm, where'd you get it? You. This. Oh. The one it was. Work and that. It. The. And I've always that. That. I appreciate. Marvelous.
Hold your ground, men. Your armor won't fit. You'll fall to my sword.
Much the same. He was a fierce warrior, determined to win at any cost. I watched him closely, and I found him too consumed by cruelty. That is why I chose Seawall and Palamedes as my closest confidants, not him. Yet this Galahad still seems devoted to Camelot and the old ways, and he remains just as fierce.
See you around, I guess.
Oh, look who's here. Has the destiny of the South graced my humble abode? Glad you asked. By completing my request, you've shown that you care about the fate of our keepers. But I'm not naive enough to think everyone will suddenly get along with the Dalrita just because I say so. We need something stronger. And it just so happens that One Eye found undeniable proof of Camelot's corruption. Once the keepers see it, they'll change their minds. That man's hard-headed. It's going to be tough to bring him round to our cause. If my proof doesn't convince him, well, Galahad's emblem still has to go back to Camelot. We'll send it with fear gas. He'll either come back or end up where he's always wanted to be. Proof that Camelot is rotten to the core and that allying with the tribes is the right choice. I didn't plan to tell you, but my one-eyed friend convinced me. Since you took down Galahad, you deserve to know. As a reward for your help, I'll share this secret with you. You don't have to if you don't want to. You're free to go. But I can tell you care about the fate of the South. And this is the greatest secret you could uncover. Here, take this seal. In the sunken village, you'll find the entrance to Seawall's crypt. Everyone knows the story of how the evil druid sealed and flooded the place. It's true. Well, at least part of it. But the real story is why they sealed and flooded it. One Eye broke the old seals and replaced them with his own. If you want to see what Camelot was so desperate to hide, you'll find your answers there. They thought drowning a village would keep it secret. Behind the statue, you'll find where to use the seal. Once you do, you'll see that history is very different from what we've been telling ourselves. If that doesn't convince you that Camelot's foundations are more crap-coloured than tinged with ivory, then nothing will. I won't tell you anything more. I'd hate to spoil the surprise. I'll catch up with you later, and we'll talk. I'm sure you'll understand exactly what I mean.
I know this place. I remember it, although my memory is still clouded. I was here with Merlin. We had a disagreement about something important. It was here that the idea of how to end the war with the Four Dwellers first took shape. But what happened next is still unclear. I don't remember. And yet, I know it had something to do with Seawall, a place of his eternal rest. But something is wrong. It doesn't feel like a tomb. Be cautious.
You are not him. You are different. I am Seawall Firstfoot, the one who scouted the land before the traitor Arthur set foot on it. Yes, it is my legacy. The jewel of the South, the safe haven of honorable men. I've been here for so long, it doesn't matter anymore. The Dalriata promised me revenge. They understand what happened here. Everyone who comes here has the right to ask. I was the most loyal of Arthur's men. I was the first to go ashore and take on any danger that might arise in this new and unfamiliar land. Then came the war. I fought by his side, shielded him with my own body. I trusted him. But Arthur wanted more. Arthur longed to possess a power equal to that of our enemies. So Merlin decided our king must first become immortal. Only then could he achieve greatness. But Merlin needed volunteers. Trusted people to go first to make sure that his methods were effective. So we wouldn't risk Arthur's life in trying to grant him immortality. They thought I had died, so they buried me. Arthur's greed and Merlin's obsession made me what I am now.
Arthur should have made sure. They thought I was dead, but I heard everything. I know there were others after me. I know that the king didn't hesitate to do anything to achieve his goal. He experimented on all the knights, abusing their oath. He told them it was for the greater good. Their lives, our lives, meant nothing to him. Arthur doomed his people to eternal suffering. Their names forgotten. Their loyalty abused. He sacrificed the lives of the noblest of men. And this is the greatest possible betrayal. We cannot be helped. We cannot be killed. The Dalriata promised to burn down Camelot, avenge the memory of all my brothers. Camelot was built on betrayal. People have the right to live in truth. When Camelot falls, we will finally be free. Build a new world. Let the dead leave this one.
And? What do you think? They're just fools. Somebody made a stupid mistake in the past. Somebody else decided to cover it up. Somebody came up with traditions and stories to mask what was done. And for hundreds of years, fools were eating it up because the lies were easier to believe. Really, there's no point in invoking tradition any longer, because it's worth shit. The only thing that matters is safety and loyalty towards the one who can provide it. And honestly, I don't believe the ones running this entire circus will protect anyone but themselves. Well, now we found ourselves in what I'd probably call a clusterfuck. And somehow you unwittingly became the most important person in the region, because your decision will change how the entire situation unfolds. You see, my boys from the Horns of the South are split down the middle. Some will back me, but others won't, understand what I'm trying to do. The latter, like Feargas, are the traditionalists, and they know me a little bit too well. If I came to them with this revelation, they'd think it was a conspiracy. But if someone from the outside, someone Feargas trusts, steps in and convinces him, you see where I'm going with this. That's what I wanted to hear. I knew I could count on you. Go talk to Feargas, get him to visit this place. After you're done, please visit me in the temple. I just hope Feargas shows some sense and doesn't let his pride take over.
It was the most painful thing I heard. I didn't know. I had no idea this is what happened to him. There were other things that required my attention. We were losing the war. I was needed. Everywhere. I should have paid more attention to what Merlin was doing. I shouldn't have let go.
Please, state your business. Oh, I see you still have blood on your hands. Excellent. Do you keep bandits' fingers as trophies? I would.
Oh, really? And here I thought the Horns of the South had no secrets left to hide from me. But go ahead. Surprise me. Have I ever mentioned I'm not a big fan of your sense of humor? Now, tell me what you really want, or walk away. In silence, preferably. This isn't funny. I'm no Galahad, burning people at the stake for heresy, but I don't appreciate this kind of behavior either. Still, judging by the look on your face, you actually believe you've stumbled onto something important. All right then. I'll go and check it out. See what's got you so worked up. It might even be nice to get out of here for a change. I saw what you wanted me to see. We need to talk. Honestly, I'm not sure what to think. Everything I believed has been seriously challenged. I need some time to get used to it. Why did you show this to me? Because it could be that I'd be better off not knowing. What they did to Seawall is unthinkable and absolutely unforgivable. What will the other keepers say? What will happen to the Horns of the South? And what about Camelot? Everything we believed was a lie. You're right. In the end, it doesn't matter what Camelot was back then. What matters is what we are now. And we did everything in our power to keep the South safe, and to keep our lighthouse on through every storm. But this will be the end of the Horns of the South. No young man will join our ranks when hundreds of years of our history are gurgling down the drain. Any ideas? It sounds better than the alternative. That we're a bunch of fools believing in children's fables of knightly honor, valor, and purity. And we'll have to give everyone some hope to cling to after the truth about Seawall comes out. All right. I assume Brandon put you up to this, so you can go and congratulate him. He won. I'll support this case, if only for the safety and well-being of our boys. I don't have to like it one bit, but I can try to make it easier for the garrison.
Nothing ever happens.
Ah, you're back. So, what news do you bring? Did you talk to Feargas? Good. Just as I expected. I do feel for the boy. He really loved Camelot. Probably the last truly loyal keeper. But he had to know the truth. I knew his honor wouldn't let him hide it from the others in the Horns. Nicely done. Now, I'll get One Eye, and together we'll go to the Horns with the good news. Not everyone will be happy about it. Well, that's for me to deal with. Those who don't support us will be released from their oath, and I'll ensure they're safe until they leave the South. After that, whatever they choose to do is up to them. Brothers, today marks a new chapter in the history of the Horn to the South. Today, we put an end to fear and poverty. I understand your pain. I know you feel helpless in the face of the looming terror of the weirdness. Camelot has abandoned us, brothers. For years, they've given us no aid. All they do is take our resources, send us to senseless slaughter, and keep us in the dark. Camelot doesn't see us as equals. They've forgotten Seawall Firstfoot's legacy and the promise King Arthur made to us. We were meant to stand as equals. We were meant to be just as powerful as them. And all this time, do you know what they've done to the founder of the Horns of the South? For over 600 years, Seawall has been alive, forgotten by King Arthur and all of Camelot. You don't have to take my word for it. Seawall's tomb is open. Go and see for yourselves. I say, enough. Enough of being fed a rotten myth that turned out to be one great lie. We swore loyalty to the torturers of one of the noblest knights to ever walk Avalon. I say, enough. We will no longer honour an oath made to dishonourable people. We won't let ourselves be exploited any longer. But, my brothers, I bring news. Galahad the Pure, the same Galahad who threatened to burn half our garrison at the stake, is dead. Galahad's death is our chance to break free from Camelot. Enough lies. No more risking everything for those who only know how to take. You're probably wondering, how can we protect the South on our own? How can we defend ourselves when Camelot comes to reclaim their slaves? Yes, that's what we are to them. I know the lockdown of the fortress surprised you, and for that, I truly apologize, but it was necessary to keep you from attacking our new allies, the Del Rita tribes, led by One Eye.
I know, my brothers, I know. This must be a shock, especially since I didn't share my plans with you earlier. But hear me out. Thanks to this alliance between the Horns of the South and the Dal Riada tribes, we are securing the safety of the South and our independence from Camelot.
The tribes will provide us with the military support our depleted ranks desperately need. The tribes will help us rid the South of the bandits who've plagued our people for years. Together, we'll share knowledge and resources to ensure a better future for all Southerners.
We will not drain your resources. In fact, we'll replenish your armories and fill your pantries. We'll stand together, fighting side by side to bring peace and order back to the South. In return, all we ask is your loyalty. If you see a brother from the Dal Riada fight in the Camelotian, stand with our brother. That's all.
Of course, if anyone isn't in favor of this alliance, you have the right to leave the service. I declare a new era for the Horns of the South. Those who don't wish to help build this future are released from their oaths. To those who choose to stay, I promise a good life, and you won't face any more threats. Now, brothers, return to your duties and rest easy. The Horns of the South will endure, and soon we'll be stronger than ever before. An honest matter. What do you need? Ah, right. See, the problem with Excalibur, or indeed any of King Arthur's blades, is that you need to prove you're worthy of wielding it. How are you supposed to do that? Hell knows. But if the pin that secured your entry to the Horns has led you here, I think I know what the one who gave it to you might have been thinking. You see, there are many different legends. According to one of them, there are a few places on Avalon where you can prove yourself worthy, whatever that means. And one of those places, as you can probably guess, is nearby. Have you seen the old gong in the sunken village? Well, many years ago, when people still went to the woods for a shit instead of using a privy, it was part of a certain ritual. Only the people who passed the ritual could become keepers. Well, none of the living keepers were recruited that way, so we don't really know what happens during the ritual. That's why Galahad now appoints keepers and the captain chooses them. It's just safer that way. I only know that you need to sound the gong and then lie down to sleep at its base. If you wake up, when you wake up again in the morning, you'll know you've been deemed worthy. Unfortunately, the gong is broken, so first you'll need to find a way to fix it, and since it's made of weird steel, that's not going to be easy, is it? Fortunately, Oshbrit should be able to help you. A little bird told me he likes to play with weird steel when nobody's looking. Just tell him I sent you, and he won't give you any trouble. Of course they tried. It turns out that the keepers who passed the ritual could hold it longer than anyone else. Maybe it'll be enough for what you need, and maybe something entirely different will happen. It's your risk and your decision. Well, I'm not going to lie. From what I've heard, many people never woke up. They fell into eternal slumber, so that's why we abandoned the tradition. And those who woke up were changed, and none of them ever wanted to say exactly what happened there. Then you'll have to find someone smarter than me, because I already told you everything I know. Go, and may the southern wind be in your favor. If you need anything from the old captain, you know where to find me. Trust isn't a luxury we have right now. We understand enough, They can fight, they're quick to learn the land, and they're just as desperate to survive as we are. And they don't really have a choice. Their enemies are our enemies now. If they turn on us, they'll still have to face Camelot's anger. And they stand a better chance with us than without. Self-preservation's a stronger glue than any oath or banner. We'll figure out the rest later. Or we won't, but at least we'll know the outcome because we'll still be alive. Then I'll do what I've always done. Adapt. Compromise. Survive. Then they'll be free to leave the keep and die stubborn. But I've seen enough to know this. When the enemy's knocking at the gates, old grudges turn to dust. Survival makes allies out of everyone. Eventually. Well, dead men tell no tales, But maybe, just maybe, it was also about breaking this damn cycle of mistrust and division. We can't afford to keep splitting the world into us and them. That road always leads to the grave. See what's happened already? Camelot's fractured into political factions, waging a war against itself. Just like the tribes they claim to be superior to. Everyone's at each other's throats. It's as if they didn't realize that the weirdness won't wait until they come to their senses before it bites them on the ass. All I can tell you right now is that we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I have my suspicions, but Fergus isn't blind. He's just loyal to a world that's already dead. He'll either see the truth, or he'll break himself trying to cling to the ashes. But that's his choice, not mine. It means they lose a damn good man. But if his loyalty to old ideals runs deeper than his loyalty to the fight ahead, then maybe it's for the best.
you lost?
Don't see ya. Stay safe out there.
The less attention, the better.
As long as they don't step into my garden, it's not my problem.
Just keep your head down. Brendan's back. Great! Maybe he'll finally do something about these blasted seagulls. And the Del Rida Alliance. Unless it comes with a solution to this feathered plague, I'm not interested.
Service, eternal service.
Indeed, the climate here will change a bit. For the better, I dare say. Worried? Of course not. Fear is the greatest enemy of knowledge. For someone who lives in fear, there's nothing else to do but sit in a crumbling hut praying to the All-Mother that the first gust of wind won't blow the roof down over their head. I believe an alliance with the Dalriata could provide me with many valuable experiences.
Riordan's back, and with the Dalrita, no less. Bold move. Let's hope he knows what he's doing, or the keep's going to be in for one hell of a mess.
Why would you want to fix it? Do you even know what it is?
Take some advice from an old man. If there's a giant, ancient statue that somebody tried to turn to dust, they must have had a good reason for it.
Well, if you put it that way, then I suppose I have to tell you the truth. Otherwise, the terror from the sea will bite me in the ass while I bathe.
Of course I can fix it. I've been doing this kind of thing since I could swing a hammer. It's a skill we pass down from master to apprentice, generation to generation. Nothing fancy, just good old blacksmithing. Obviously, though, you'd have to bring me a couple things so that I can actually do it. How did you, Oh, forget it. I don't even want to know. Just give me a moment.
Here. That should do it. Do whatever you need to if you're really sure about this. But please try to come back alive.
I have nothing to tell you. I could try to talk you out of it, but I'm guessing that wouldn't work.
Please, state your business. Dragging those Del Rita dogs back here? Oh, I'm not sticking around to see how that ends. Let someone else get their throat slit. Go, the hunter waits.
Stay out of my way. What do you want?
disturb my peace. You made an oath never to summon me again. Excalibur. Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me.
It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him.
Welcome, old friend.
I can see that you know me, but I am a mere shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me.
That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form.
Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how.
Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend.
Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength.
Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur.
Thank you, my friend.
And you, mortal. You have given yourself to the King's service. You are worthy of a place among the Keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. You know where to look for your soul. Trust yourself. And when you reach your journey's end, I trust you will make the right choice.
am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command. I am the blade that shapes kings and shatters tyrants.
Enough, Merlin. You can't keep throwing lives into this abyss. These experiments, they're destroying what remains of us.
Destroying us? They're what's keeping us alive. Do you think the Four Dwellers will stop for pity or mercy? Every soul we lose here saves 10 more on the battlefield. You told me to do this. You sanctioned this. And I'm close to getting it right. I know it.
No, we can't justify this. There's no victory worth such a cost.
You know full well, Arthur, that this isn't about victory. It's about survival. If we don't push these boundaries, there will be no future for your kingdom, for Avalon. You dream of peace, but without victory, there will be no peace to dream of. The path ahead is brutal, but if we relent now, we lose everything.
And yet we keep losing people and gaining nothing in return. We must change the path.
They volunteered for this.
They volunteered to save our kingdom, and you've gotten no closer to doing it. Their sacrifices cannot be in vain, Merlin. Find another way. Use your mind, your wisdom. Leave this slaughterhouse you've created behind.
A different way. That will take time, and resources we may not have. The enemy won't wait.
They will if I make them. Whatever it takes, I will buy you that time. Find me a weapon that wins this war without annihilating what we fight to protect.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Let it be known that it was my decision, and I will bear the consequences of it.
Oh no, my king. People can never know. It was all my idea, and you knew nothing about it. All of us have our role to play. You are the leader, and they need to love you. If we win, you need to become more than a man. You need to become a symbol.
Now, I remember. Before you judge me, it all seems so obvious now, doesn't it? The right thing to do. It wasn't back then, and you can trust me on that. We were on the brink of losing the war, and wars aren't won with wishful thinking. There was no clean path, no noble answer. Only the weight of reality pressing down on our necks. Something had to be done, or everything we fought for would have been in vain. And in the end, the ones who stepped forward, who chose to pay the price, made it possible. And their deaths gave Merlin the knowledge he needed to finish his work. To find something that could really turn the tide in our favor. Justified? No. Justification is for those who have the luxury of doubt. And I had a kingdom to save. They were brave men who volunteered their lives, just as they did every time we rode onto the battlefield. The difference was that if Merlin succeeded, one man's sacrifice could have saved us all, could have ended the war before more blood was spilled. If sacrificing a few meant the survival of all, then there was no choice at all. Maybe they never saw justice. Maybe their real stories were erased from history. Call it cruelty. Call it madness. But if I'd done nothing, there would be no Avalon left to argue over. But the kingdom still stands. The people live. And that has to mean something. I did. But this wasn't about pride. It wasn't about saving face. It was about survival. The truth about all this would have broken my people. I couldn't allow that. And a king doesn't get to flinch. If that meant carrying the weight alone, so be it. I would make that choice again if I had to. I told him to stop the experiments on our men, but to keep going. And he did. He started experimenting on the Four Dwellers, the enemy. If their bodies could be broken down, their power turned against them, wasn't that their own doing? Wasn't that fair? So he figured out how to twist the Four Dwellers' power into something we could wield. I told him to conquer the weirdness. And in the end, he did. He found a way to make me stronger. Stronger than any man had the right to be. It wasn't just magic. It was something deeper, older. A force that reshaped me. And with it, we won. The war ended. Avalon was ours. The bloodshed stopped. The banners were raised. And the kingdom stood safe. That's the question, isn't it? I keep thinking about Seawall. He was ready to pay the ultimate price for what we were fighting for. And I thought he did. I grieved him. Told myself his sacrifice had meaning, that he had given his life for Avalon. And now, after all these years, finding him like this, I told myself I carried the weight of my choices. But seeing him, I wonder if I ever truly did.
You've got that look again. you've seen something you wish you hadn't. Another piece of the king's soul reclaimed, right? What did it show you this time? The weirdness. The king thought it could save us. Merlin thought it could be controlled. Together, they were willing to tear the world apart to win. I was a prototype for Merlin's latest idea, immortality. Me and Seawall, the king's loyal pawns. Used and discarded when they found a better way. When they decided to go even deeper into their madness and turn our king into a monster. Seawall was Merlin's first attempt. I was the last. We could say I was lucky, but to say that would take a truly macabre sense of humor, don't you think? Even if he didn't, he should have. He was desperate to win, and desperation doesn't leave room for conscience. Every scream, every scar, even if he didn't see it, he allowed it. That's as good as approving it. Fight back. Against who? Merlin? The king? You don't fight gods when you're just a pawn on their board. You endure. You wait. And when the time comes, you either break, or you're left to clean up their mess. That's what I do. What I've always done. Of course he'd say that. There's always a scapegoat and a convenient excuse for men like him. But it doesn't absolve him. Not when he was the one who unleashed this madness on all of us. He wanted victory, no matter the cost. And when you want something that badly, you stop looking too closely at what's being done in your name. And, after all, who said we were supposed to win this war? Who said we were supposed to survive? The monsters, the weirdness, the chaos, all of it leads back to them. We're left in the ruins of their grand plans, trying to uphold their ideals, fighting for what never was. It's time to bury all these fairy tales in a well-deserved grave. And that's what I do. You've seen what they did, what he did. And that's not the end of the story. It's not the extent of their sins. Find the pieces of his soul. Put him back together, if that's what it takes. And then we, or I alone, if you decide to defy me, can end the cycle. Either way, we will get to his resurrection. I've seen it too many times to believe the cycle will be broken before it happens. But know this, once he's whole, Arthur's power, his mistakes, and his madness will all return. And when that moment comes, I'll be there. Whether to stand with you or step over you. The choice is yours. Just remember that when that happens, and you stand by his side, there won't be room for both of you. Start. You've already started. But if you want the next piece, head to Kunacht. The menhir there is failing, the weirdness swallowing what's left of the village. You will need to find another artifact. The shield our king gave to Palamedes. He was one of the king's finest, a voice of reason amidst the madness. But it didn't save him or his legacy from what they had coming. Find the shield, and then, well, we will meet again. We'll see if your perspective changes.
Have a safe journey. Try not to get eaten. I'd hate to lose my favourite customer.
hands were made to serve the king, not rot in idleness. This emptiness, I cannot bear it. I threw myself into nothing, and nothing is what I became. Nothing without my king. Nothing without my blade. No. Don't speak that name. It's a traitor's name, hateful and vile. Let it be cursed. Let it be forgotten. I died a traitor's death, trampled and torn apart. Fitting. So very fitting. I thought that would be enough. But I failed him in life. How could one measly death be my absolution? I couldn't. I can't. I clawed my way out of the abyss, but came back empty-handed. Arthur? No, please. He cannot see me like this. He mustn't be made to look at me. My blade. My erendite. It remained behind. In the abyss. Deep in the weirdness. I cannot face my king without it. My sword belongs to him, as do I. But without it, I am nothing. I cannot kneel before him and offer him nothing. My name should have died with me. Why does it still linger? Death was a coward's escape. I should have known. I should have known. Erendite. Oh, how I long to hold it again. Just the weight of it in my hand makes me feel almost whole again. Like I might be worthy. Like maybe not everything was lost. I know I am. But even the dead can serve. Better than the living sometimes. I have nothing to fear, and nothing to lose. The only burden I carry is regret. The only thing I seek is absolution. No. I know. I feel that he's with you. But there's nothing I could say to him. I won't beg forgiveness for my betrayal. I don't even know what I fear more. His mercy or his scorn. Please, as his closest confidant, take my blade And I beg you, let me serve you and Arthur on your journey. Let me prove my devotion, my remorse, not with words, but with deeds. Let me earn his trust again. This is all I ask.
Your Majesty, it's an honor to have you among us again. Thank you for helping me find my way back to your knight. I regret not doing a better job of guarding him. I'm a Pict. I can sense the wordness and the spirits within it. I knew you weren't alone when I saw you emerge. The soul you carry, however weak it may appear, is deeply connected to the wordness, and to Avalon itself. Souls like that are rare. Besides, only the one who wields the power of Excalibur within could open this tomb, and that is rarer still. My name is Fianola. I am here on behalf of the Royal Geographers. I was sent to do, well, quite a lot of work, actually. And as useful as it would be, the wordness never blessed me with an extra set of hands. Say, traveler, how would you feel about joining the oldest, most prestigious guild in Avalon? Good, because you've already started. You found what was lost and opened a new path. What better way to prove yourself as a true geographer in the making? Avalon's nature is ever-shifting, ever-changing. The wordness transforms not only living beings, but the land itself. Some places become unreachable, while others that appear are new to us. And there are those that have been forgotten, waiting to be rediscovered and brought into the light. Why wouldn't they? My kin are familiar with the wordness in a way others can't be. With the fog thickening, we can reach places that have become inaccessible to most. Yet you use our maps, don't you? Our work is vital, but often unseen. For centuries we've roamed this island, charting its every corner and noting the dangers that unsuspecting travelers might face. You should be more appreciative, you know. Everything. Our most important mission is preservation of Avalon and the pillars it was built on. We were sworn to protect the tombs of the first knights, but they were lost to us. There were rumors that the tombs were sealed, and only King Arthur could open them. Turns out, the rumor was true after all. I appreciate your eagerness, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. The other tombs are scattered across Avalon, hidden and sealed, waiting for the one who can call the knights back. Let your soul guide you. Find them, and I will find you. What is King Arthur without his faithful knights? Merely half a legend, if not less. They thrive by his side, and he thrives by theirs. And Avalon's foundations only grow stronger because of it. Sir Lancelot carries centuries of grief, and only serving his king once more can ease it. Keep going. Avalon has more to show you.
It was supposed to be a reminder. The sword was never just steel. It was a symbol of what we stood for. Strength, justice, the will to carve a path forward. A weapon, yes, but also a promise. I wanted them to remember, to fight for those ideals, to uphold them, even when I was gone. Even when there was no king left to lead them. Merlin saw Avalon for what it was long before the rest of us. He told me that Tintagel wouldn't hold, not forever. That the weirdness would gnaw at our walls, at our minds, at our very bones, until nothing human remained. But he still fought to map a way forward, to carve some sense into this land. And in the end, the land swallowed him whole anyway. We were losing the battle at Tuathan's mouth, our last push before the weirdness took the field. Merlin was with us, bleeding, exhausted, but still weaving his spells. Then it came. Not a beast, not a man, not something we ever had words for. A shadow wearing 1,000 torn banners, moving like it had no shape of its own. Merlin raised his staff, spoke a name I didn't recognize. And then he was gone. Not killed, not struck down, just gone. Like the land itself had taken him back. Lancelot. It was painful to watch what became of him. Confident, steadfast, eloquent. Nothing like the tormented soul you've seen. He was admired by the people and by his fellow knights. He had quite the following, though he never seemed to care for it. Only later did I realize how wrong I had been. He was also much sought after. Left a trail of broken hearts wherever he went. But there was only one he ever held in his heart, and that was Avalon. I always believed Lancelot to be honest to a fault. He never hesitated to speak his mind, and I valued that in him as much as his loyalty. I trusted him completely, and I thought his faith in me, in my vision for Avalon, was just as strong. But it wasn't. I don't know when or how that trust was lost, and to this day, it still pains me. But know this, even in betrayal, Lancelot never sought to serve himself. He was a good man. Yet even the best of men can falter and lose their way. I forgave him long ago. What saddens me is that he still cannot forgive himself. But I understand why. The rebellion he led hurt not only me, it wounded all of Avalon. And Lancelot always hated senseless bloodshed. To be the cause of so much suffering, perhaps fighting by our side will finally bring him peace. Yes, it seems we knew each other well during the war, and this proves that I sought allies beyond our own forces, and I trusted him enough to carry the knowledge of Excalibur. This must count for something. step forward. After all, you know me well. Take off your mask now. It's your home. Welcome, little prince. Why the sullen look? Aren't you glad to see me? You finally made it here. It must have taken quite a long time. So, you don't remember me. I'm afraid it might have something to do with the form in which I see you now. This body and soul, they're much different from what I expected. But to answer your question, I am the Weaver. And though it may be hard for you to believe, a part of you knows me all too well. Because it is easier for me to address you this way than to accept that, for now, you are nothing more than a human. It is painful, but I must come to terms with it. It is a place where my prince was woven from the threads of pure potential. The Pale Lady was relentless in her desire to fulfill her vision of an offspring, modeled after those she watched so eagerly. It displeases me that you don't remember. I'd envisioned your return and our meeting quite differently. But now it all makes sense. Now I understand why you need that shard. Nothing remarkable. I simply exist in this place. That you ended up here is a mere coincidence. None of my kind have visited me in a long time. Yet here, I used to weave new Avalonians, shaping them according to the intent and thought that accompanied their creation. Now the thread of potential is much weaker, though it seems this place stirs to life again as the weirdness returns. She was a powerful Avalonian, one of the oldest. She saw and desired far more than the rest of her kin, who were suffocating in their growing decadence. To live a life where one can do anything, it loses all meaning. When she discovered the homelands and learned of mortality and time, everything changed. We were no longer the same. It was as though the mere awareness of such things altered the way we lived. We could no longer exist as we once had. It planted a new emotion in us. Fear. You will find traces of her here as well. The stone tablets bear her mark. I'm afraid I must admit that I don't know where she is now. It seems she retreated into her depths again after your king entered his eternal sleep. The true one, from which mortals are not meant to be awakened. Not like this. The shard of the prince's memory. It is shattered. Much like the fragmented memory of the king that lingers within you. I'd gladly speak with him, but something is preventing him from manifesting. I don't know all the details. What I do know is that after our prince was murdered by our kin, his potential, what you humans might call a soul, did not perish. The prince had been deeply fascinated by humans, and so after his death he manifested in one of them. That person was Arthur, the man who would one day become your king. He followed his mother's fascination. Much like her, he gazed upon the land of men. But he wished to go further. He wanted to experience being human. So he built the menhirs, and to repel the weirdness. For us, the Four Dwellers, such a vision was both heretical and terrifying. Some of our kin could not forgive him for it. So, they killed him. It was the first time an Avalonian had ever slain one of their own. Arthur was a man, mortal like any other, but ambitious like few. But yes, his origins are far more complicated. This is a tale of two separate realities that, through a series of specific events, began to intersect, forming a single knot. Everything that has happened, and everything that will happen, is meant to decide the fate of that knot. And we, as you likely already know, have been pulled into all of this. Our meeting comes to an end. I regret how brief it is, but my role in your story was always meant to be insignificant.
Behold, the garden suffers. No point in pursuing further.
That noise. You're loaded. Oh my goodness.
This is going to hurt. Your money! Your gold belongs to us!
Please, state your business. Oh, I see you still have blood on your hands. Excellent. Go chop off some heads.
Just another peaceful moment.
You lost or what?
Ah, it's you. Do you need something? Brendan bringing the Dalrita here. It's not my place to question a captain's decisions, but this undermines everything we've fought for. If he's made a deal with them, I can only hope it's worth the risk to the keep and to our honor. I know. The gate's standing proud again. And that monument, well, it actually looks like something worth remembering now. Folks around here might not say much, but they'll notice. A place that looks cared for makes people care more in return. Good work. If I had a medal to give, I'd pin it on you myself. Maybe Fergus will even crack a smile. Or at least grunt in approval. That's about as good as praise gets from him. Either way, you've done well. If something else comes up, I'll let you know. Cool. Oh, the biting refugee! Yes, I've heard. I'm so glad that whole mess is finally over. It's a huge weight off my shoulders, I'm not gonna lie. I know Fergus probably already rewarded you, but here, take something extra. Just from me. Maybe now we'll actually get some peace and quiet around here. Some old man came to the keep carrying the head of a dreadful bandit leader. All because he wanted to join his wife here in the Horns. Can you believe that? And here I thought that kind of love only existed in songs.